You thought we forgot, narrator, Charles McClendon. To the ones who built fortunes on stolen bodies, to the ones who bent the soil of Barber, Pike, and Dale counties, Alabama, into fields of unpaid labor, to the ones who baptized murder in the name of God, to the ones who traded names for numbers, to the ones who wrote your history books with blood still dripping from your hands. Listen up. You thought we forgot. You thought the beatings, the lynchings, the lies, the stolen lands, the broken families, the backroom deals, the jailhouse chains. You thought it would all sink into the red dirt and disappear. You thought if you erased our names, if you buried our languages, if you painted over our kingdoms with your Confederate flags, if you prayed your false prayers loud enough, if you printed enough textbooks full of half-truths, you thought memory would die. You were wrong. The soil you stand on, it hums with the names you tried to silence. The trees you walk past, they still whisper about the ones you hung there. The rivers you build your churches next to, they still carry the prayers you tried to drown. You didn't build Alabama, you stole it. You didn't create culture, you crushed it under boots and sermons. You didn't free the slaves, you built a bigger plantation and changed the locks. But hear us now. We are the descendants of the kings you captured, the daughters of the queens you tried to disappear, the grandsons of the warriors you couldn't chain long enough, the breath of every ancestor you thought died in silence. We are not here for your comfort. We are not here for your forgiveness. We are not here for your permission. We are the storm you planted. We are the reckoning you hoped would never come. We are the fire you tried to stomp out with cotton and crosses. And today, we dig up the lies by the root. We name every stolen child. We raise every broken drum. We reclaim every seed you tried to poison. This is our land now, not in title, not in paperwork, not in courthouse rituals, in spirit, in truth, in destiny. And your concrete foundations cannot withstand the earthquake of our memory. You thought you buried us. You thought you erased us. You thought we would stay quiet. You thought wrong. We don't march to your timetables anymore. We don't bow to your shriveled gods. We don't ask you to see us. We see ourselves. And now, you will see us too. Everywhere. In the soil. In the sound. In the seeds your hands can no longer touch. We build what you burned. We remember what you erased. We inherit what you tried to steal. And you inherit the silence you forced onto the graves you thought we'd forget. This is the Alabama you fear. The Alabama of the unbroken. This is the soil speaking back. This is the memory resurrected. This is the kingdom you could never colonize. We were never yours to erase. And now, we reclaim it all. Chapter 1. From royalty to shackles. The truth they never told us. They didn't bring slaves from Africa. They brought kings. They brought queens. They brought midwives and master drummers, goldsmiths, griots, herbalists, warriors, and worshippers. We were not born in chains. We were born into bloodlines that danced with the sun. We were not ignorant. We spoke multiple languages, knew the stars, mastered geometry, and could heal a wound with tree bark and a prayer. But when they stole us, they didn't just want our labor, they wanted our divinity. Because if a people can remember who they are, then they'll never bow again. The masking of majesty. Let me tell you what they did. They snatched us from kingdoms like Benin, Songhai, Dahomey, and Mali, from the Yoruba cities, the Congo forests, the Akan gold mines. They lined us up like cattle, but inside every man and woman stood a sacred lineage of royal blood, and to make us forget, they beat the language out of our mouths, replaced our names with theirs, banned the drum because it called us home, baptized us in confusion, and wrote our brilliance out of their history books. What they couldn't kill, they tried to rename. But even in the belly of the boat, We whispered freedom. Even on the auction block, we held the codes in our songs. Even when they split our families, we passed down knowledge in the hushed tones of lullabies and yes lauds. Mental slavery, the new plantation. They couldn't chain our bodies forever, so they changed the game. They built a prison inside our minds, told us we were cursed, inferior, ugly, unworthy, gave us their religion, then used it to enslave us, taught us to fear Africa, taught us to worship their image of God, taught us to hate our skin, our nose, our lips, our hair. They replaced whips with diplomas that erased our past. They replaced chains with credit scores and broken dreams. They replaced auction blocks with courtrooms and cubicles. And too many of us are still asleep, still bowing to the image they created, still chasing approval from the same system that spit on our ancestors. But something is shifting. There's a rumble in the bloodline now, a rising, a remembering. We're pulling up our roots from the red clay of Alabama and tracing them back across oceans. We're looking in the mirror and seeing Obas, empresses, prophets, and builders. We're tired of shouting black excellence while still thinking like slaves. We want black liberation, black divinity, black wholeness. This chapter ain't just a lesson. It's a call to tear down every mental plantation still standing, because the biggest lie they told us was that Africa was behind us, when the truth is, Africa is inside us. From this chapter forward, we are no longer students of their lies. We are builders of our own reality. We will name our children after ancestors they tried to erase. We will build businesses, schools, temples, farms. We will heal our families. We will unlearn their poison. We will reclaim what was always ours. The time for begging is over. The time for remembering has begun. You are not a slave. You are not a statistic. You are not a mistake. You are the dream of 1,000 generations who would not die quietly. Welcome to Chapter 1. Let the revolution of the mind begin.
They stole her name,
but couldn't steal our. They wrote us out of history. We still speak with the thunder.
I was never a slave. I was stolen. My crown ain't gone, it was golden. My blood runs deep, it's chosen. You can't kill truth, it's spoken. I was never a slave. I'm a king's son. I was forged in the fire and I didn't run. Tell the world, tell your preacher, tell your school. We were never what they taught, we the living proof. Yeah. We the living proof. They don't teach you about the empires. Mali Congo, Songhai. Don't mention Oba's wisdom or black gods in the sky. They tell you a thug, a stat, a jail cell fate. But we built pyramids while they were still picking grapes. Look at your hands, those ain't slave hands. They created tools. You carry every blueprint that built civilizations in schools. They try to turn our drums into silence, but every beat still shouts, we surviving. They shipped us, whipped us, split us, but the spirit still whisper, child. They can't dismiss us. My mama got that Yoruba fire in her eyes. My daddy's soul walking with the prophets in the skies. No, I was never a slave. I was stolen. My crown ain't gone, it was golden. My blood runs deep, it's chosen. You can't kill truth, it's spoken. I was never a slave. I'm a queen's child. They broke the body, but they feared the smile. Saying loud for the babies coming through. We ain't what they wrote, we the living truth. No, we the living truth. We survived the ships. We remember the songs, we speak in code, but we always been strong. Our walk still royal, even barefoot on clay. Our ancestors dance every time we pray. They sold us lies, we bought back light. Built from ash, but we still ignite. Can't erase what's divine by design. Our story ain't over, it's time to rewind. I am not your shame, I am sacred flame. I am not your fear, I was born right here. I am not your chain, I am royal name. I am not your slave, I am wisdom's way. Never a slave, I was stolen. My soul ain't broke, it's golden. My name ain't lost, it's spoken. You can't forgot who they were. The world forgot its rhythm. But we remember now, and we sing louder than the lie.